Hello, and it's artist update number 3. Yeah, so I'm a little late. Today is Monday. It should have been done on Friday, but I'll keep trying. So it's been quite an interesting week. So last time I showed you this painting, and I'm really happy with this. In fact, the more I look at it, I think I'm going to do this one again, just like this, because it looks great. I love the colors and also the composition. Anyway, I went for a more boring landscape format and did this. I quite like it. I like the sky. I'm getting really good at these glowing skies, and I love the soft blue mountain. The shadows are nice, and yeah, the trees are not too bad, but I'd like there to be a bit more red in those trees. Yeah, those shadows look quite good, don't they? But it was a bit different. And then, I did go and do another portrait one, and I think this is good. I love that touch of light, purple light there. I think that's great. I used my finger there when the paint was still a little damp, and I just wiped across. You have to be careful, but that's what I did. And I think there are some really interesting colors here. A bit wacky, to be honest, but so what? And I love this shadow and the way it changes color. So I think this one is a winner. And maybe I've done enough on this particular scene, because I forgot I'd done this one. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. And then I went back to landscape format, but I think this is quite nice. The previous one was better. As you can see in my shadows, I begin quite dark and then I add blue. This is maybe some kind of cobalt turquoise blue. Has a long name, too long, but I think that's pretty good. And this was previous one. This is going in the bin. I hate that. I just hate that. That looks horrible. So bye. You're going in the bin. It's a nice feeling sometimes to throw things in the bin. And then I've got another one here, and this was like a different idea of doing a field and then having the tree in a field and then a smaller tree, and I don't think that worked out very well. So this, I was going to bin this, but actually I can use the other side, so recycle, that's good. And then, yeah, that led, I think, to doing this one. So this is, we've got that sky again, and then we've got these soft mountains, and then we've got this field. Now this field is awesome, isn't it? I mean, look at the texture. Isn't that beautiful? So it's actually quite easy. The difficult, I bet you're thinking, yeah. Well, really, it is. Basically, it's maybe 3 steps. So the first step is just the color. So that was a kind of imidazolone yellow. Oh, why do they give them these incredibly difficult names? But there you go. It was a yellow mixed with cobalt turquoise blue. Let's just call it turquoise or light blue. And I just painted it all. And then I got a liner brush and I made a dark mix. So basically a red, a blue, a touch of yellow ochre. And then this is the difficult bit, the timing. If you touch this wet paint too soon, it will just explode out. And if you're too late, then you're not going to get the lovely soft edges. And then the final thing I did after doing that, so I began about here, where you've got the big dark areas, because it's going to expand more where you, so like when I first do it, that's going to be when the paint is wettest. So it's going to expand the most at that point. And so this is the best area because this is where the shadow areas are biggest. Hope that makes sense. And then I gradually move over here where the shadow areas are very small, and hopefully the paint's drying, and so it's not going to spread out so quickly. And then the final step was just some splatter with the same green colour. Just splatter, splatter, splatter. Oh, and I used a touch of titanium white, but I think that's beautiful. So this is a place called Akitsuki, and it's in Fukuoka prefecture, and I went there maybe in 2020, and I had a good time. It was with my family, and I just love that green colour. Yeah, so very happy with that, and I might turn that into a watercolour lesson because it's actually a fairly simple painting to do. And then another thing I did was for my normal lesson with my students was this painting. So this is a place called, well, I'm on the island of Kyushu in Japan. It's at the bottom, southern part. And between Kyushu and the mainland, there's this strait. And I'm not sure if it's called Kamon. I forgot, I'm sorry. But anyway, it's an amazing place, a really amazing place. And when I went there, it was like dark, but there was light sparkling on the sea. In fact, much better than this, much, much better. But anyway, I really liked that contrast of very, very dark blue and then this brilliant white shimmer across the sea. It was amazing. But anyway, the difficult thing with this painting was getting it really dark, but also having this light area here. But I think I managed to do it. I think this looks great and this looks great. I think this looks too chunky, to be honest. So I'm going to redo that and make it a bit thinner, or maybe not even have it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure it really helps. Maybe it's too much. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. It'd be really nice to know what other people think. I live too much inside my own head, so it's good to know what other people think. But I'm really happy with that. And oh, I can show you my previous sketches for this. So I did these a couple of years ago, so this is maybe the first one. And I think that looks quite nice. I really like that boat, and you can see this has a thinner stick, whatever, pole. Yeah, and then here's another one, and this is a more finished one, but it's not got the energy, has it, of the previous one. It's just not got the energy. So that happens sometimes, you know, when you're trying to do a nice painting. That's why if watercolor is your hobby, don't try to do a nice painting, just have fun, because you'll end up doing a more exciting painting. In my opinion, it's just an opinion, but I think it's based on, yeah, my experiences. So I suppose that gives it some validity. Is that an okay word? Is that too high level for YouTube? Okay, so anyway, that's all the painting. So this week I'm going to do a few more of this, and I'm also maybe going to do I'll show you. Yeah. So I'm going to maybe do one more of them, and I'm going to do a crazy tree, a psychedelic tree. So that's really like a pink or purple colour. Have some fun. And as for personal things, I'm still reading my book about Gauguin. I'd love to explain what I've read, but it's just too convoluted. But there are some interesting things, but it would just become too long. It would become a ramble. But it's basically his mum was looked after by this rich man, and she was probably his mistress. But what I found interesting about that, because I guess that's patriarchy, isn't it, really? I don't know, probably happens in matriarchy as well, right? But what I find interesting about that is the woman died, but she had 2 children, so a boy and a girl. The boy is Gauguin, yeah? And the girl, yeah, his sister. But this man looks after both of them, and he gets Gauguin a good job in something like some kind of banking job as a liquidator. I can't understand it, basically. But some kind of job like that. And he also sends the girl to some school to get skills and education, and the same school as his very own daughter. So it's just so kind, isn't it? We don't always hear stories like that, and just I like that. That was so kind. And I don't think it was easy for him to help Gauguin, because I think Gauguin's like, well, I can't really say what he's like. He's a bit of there's facets to him, and it's difficult to get them to match. They don't match. Like, in some ways, he's a drifter. He's difficult. He's a bit rough. He's not easy to get along with. So this man who's helping him is basically a really good person, because it would have been easier just to forget about him, I think. But anyway, there you go. But the other thing about Gauguin that I find interesting is, despite this, he's like he's a short man, but he's quite a tough person, and he's quite a powerful character. But after his job, he doesn't go off to the bar or go to the clubs or whatever. He goes to a quiet cafe and eats a meal by himself. And at the moment, he's just playing with sketching, and I think he's just beginning to get into painting, just beginning. So it's interesting. Anyway, so that's Gauguin. The other thing is, I've been doing sprouting. So I tried to sprout alfalfa. I don't know how you pronounce it. But anyway, it's not going very well. It's not looking good. But anyway, I also tried broccoli sprouts, and that's working out really well. They're really getting bushy and green, so I'm having fun with that. And I also started my own composting, and now I'm collecting all the food scraps and putting it in the compost heap, because my plan is 10 years later, I'm going to be living in the Japanese countryside, probably on my own. I don't think my wife's so interested in living in remote places. She wants to be near the shops, but we can commute, okay? So maybe that will work. But anyway, I want to be living in the countryside, growing my own vegetables and enjoying nature. But recently I did think, what about the loneliness? Could be really lonely, right? But I'm still going to do it. And I'm hoping to buy like a hill or a mountain, maybe not a mountain, maybe a hill, and grow trees, yeah, which one day I will sell. So those are my crazy thoughts. And obviously I'll be living in the countryside and painting. And hopefully I will be seeing beautiful scenery there and being able to paint that. But that's my dream. I just thought I'd share it with you. And so I'm learning how to grow vegetables and things like that. So this is the artist update number 3, and hopefully there'll be artist update number 4 next week. So bye for now. Oh, and I did make a video, and it shows all the paintings I did in 2020. And I added music that is uplifting and peaceful. 1 hour of uplifting and peaceful music. So if you would like to listen to that and watch that, whatever, then it's should be here. Should be here. Have I got the positioning right? Let's hope so. So it should be here. So that's all. I hope you have a wonderful week, and if you are an artist, I hope the art is going very, very well. So bye for now. Bye.